Hey, how's it going, everyone? Today we're doing something a little different. Um, this video is going to be on fixing a particular issue with these figures, and that's tight joints. I feel like it's a video that's been long overdue. I always get hit up about, how to fix that, something like that in the comments, and sometimes the explanation it requires a little more extra. So that's why we're here. I was able to figure this out the last month or so, more or less. And yeah, I think it's worked well for me, and I think this is the method I'm gonna use from here on out. This is the S.H.Figuarts Goku Ultra Instinct. His legs from my copy, I don't know if it's like that for everybody, but have always been really tight. I've always had a frustrating time trying to pose these because they click so much. Just watch, let me show you real quick. You hear that? Yeah, this one especially is tighter than this one, but they both do that. This one too, so you guys can hear. See that? And this is an S.H.Figuarts, right? In case there's anybody out there that's, always defending essays that they're perfect, and they're not perfect. Let's keep it real. They're not perfect. They make their mistakes. Sometimes they have figures that have issues, just like the maniacal fit. They're not the greatest. They both have their pros and cons, but overall they are great. And they're always going to come around with issues like this. And like I said, loud clicking. So I'm also going to use the demoniacal fit Vegito. So on the Goku Ultra Instinct, I'm going to be doing the legs, and on the Vegito, I'm going to be doing at least this arm, this shoulder, so you guys can see the differences, because the spacing is different. Of course, the peg is different. Um, that way you guys can see and get a thorough idea of how this works. So his shoulder has always been tight for me as well. Look, like it moves decently, but that when you get to certain spots, I hate that. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's annoying. So like I said, I will be doing definitely those two on camera, so you guys can see how the process works, and hopefully, anybody runs into a figure like that, you can do that as well. So okay, so this guy here is what made me decide to get the oil that I needed to take care of tight joints, right? This is the Black Hole Toys Son of Ghost, or aka Jiren, Full Power Jiren. I reviewed this figure a while back. It was my boy's figure. His wasn't that bad on the shoulders as mine was, or in the head. And then I finally got my own copy because I liked it so much, and obviously it was a little cheaper than the actual official, but this one came with so many accessories, and it's pretty much a clone, etc., etc. But this one on the shoulders were so damn tight that I couldn't move it like past like that without me worrying about breaking it. Like I couldn't freely rotate it, even if I went really slow. It was just not happening. Same thing with this one. Now you can see this one has been already taken care of. I just wanted to show you for the reference, but anybody that has this figure and has not done that, or has tight shoulders, will know what I'm talking about. But look at how freely I can move this now. Like I can pretty much yank on that around and it is no issue. Like look at that. I'm pulling them from the wrist and it's like nothing, right? Same thing over here, like nothing. It moves so smoothly now. And I also put some on the neck. My neck was really tight, but there you go. Look at that. So anyways, I just wanted to show you guys that real quick, that this was the guy that I did it on the first time, and it worked out so well. There's other things still here that are tight here, but I decided to only do it on the parts that were really pretty much borderline stuck, which was these two and the head. I don't mind having a little bit here. That's fine. They still move decently. But those were the main three. So okay, so here we go. This is the oil that I got. I found this on Amazon for about $6 to $7. I don't think this matters, the fact that it's treadmill lubricant. I think the only thing that matters is that it's 100% silicone, like it says right here. As long as you have that, it should work. I saw a few videos on this before I bought this oil, but I think the one that stood out the most was D-Stars. Shout out to him for the video. He used a couple of different things, but this is the one that stood out to me the most, that I really felt. So yeah, all you have to do really is put a little bit of oil. You don't need a lot, really. I put a little bit in this measuring cup, and you can see that it's very little. You could barely see it in there, right? Look at that. It's in there. So you can use anything with a pointy tip, like a toothpick, a needle, or a safety pin. I like to use the safety pins or needles the best because they're the thinnest, and they'll get into those really small spaces really easily. So you just dip it in there. You try to get a small amount on there, to where the oil is pretty much at the tip, so that when you slide into the joint, you just dab it into the joint or the crease if you can't reach the joint. So that's what we're going to do on camera, and hopefully it all works out well. All right, so like I said, this is the S.H.Figuarts Goku Mastered Ultra Instinct. My legs have always been extremely tight. Like, I can still pose it, but like you can see, you can hear it, right? I have to be careful when I rotate this because I feel like, even though this joint is stronger than like a shoulder joint, it will break as well. So I pretty much looked around on this beforehand, and I figured the best way to go is you're going to have to try to put it in through this opening right here and try to get that socket joint in there. So okay, so I tried to pop out the legs to see if I can do it the easy way, but they wouldn't come out. This part of the leg would pop out first, but the rest of the leg would stay in there, which sometimes it happens with some of the figures. Like the part that swivels would pop out easily, and that's the main thing that pops out. I didn't really try too much. Like I said, I could probably do it if I used hot water, but then I started thinking, um, I'd rather do it like this so you guys can see how to do it like this in case you can't pop something out, or if it's too difficult or too risky. So we're going to do it like this. So I pretty much found an opening right here. Like I said, we're going to do it through here. You can see the where the leg socket pops into this skin tone plastic. That's where it pops into. So the joint here is going to be pretty much orange, the ball peg itself. So I'm going to move this around, this little hip piece here, right? And I'm going to try to get in through here, through that little spot right there. I'm going to try to wiggle it some more. Give me a second. All right, so I did that off camera because it is taking a little bit of time trying to wiggle it around and find the right opening. And I think I got it. So like I said, we're going to try to put it through here. But more importantly, see if you guys can see that. There's a little plastic peg right there. Like I said, the skin tone it pegs into. And you're looking for the crack. Let me see if I can show you better. Yeah, you can see it. You see where it's dark right there? That's where you're going to put the drop more or less. And then you're just going to work it around until it kind of like seeps it in there or spreads it in there, you know? So we're going to try. I would say the best thing to do is always get a small amount and then just gradually add as needed. But like I said, it doesn't need that much. Look, this is how much I have on the tip of the, you could see the drop. I don't know if you could see the drop. You see the drop? There you go. You see that? That's the drop. It's a really small drop. Might even be a little too much right there, but let me see if I can reduce that a little more. And try to see if you can wiggle it to where it's on the tip. So yeah, there you go. Okay. So there you go. Like I said, it's very little that you have on there right there. You can't even see the, but it's on there. Very little. I'm going to try to get in through here. On this angle. And like I said, for the most part, you don't have to worry about a mess because the oil kind of like stays in there, which is kind of cool. So I just put it into the crack between the peg and the socket through here. Let me see if I can wiggle the light around so you guys can see. Okay, there you go. Perfect, that's better. Okay, so I pretty much put a little bit, like I said, between the crack of the joint. You'll see the line right there. Yeah, right there. So now I'm going to work this back and forth a little bit and see if it was enough. I already feel it loosening it up for sure. Yep, I feel like it already got in there. It's definitely a lot smoother and it is not popping anymore. You guys can see it, right? All you have to do is keep going back and forth, and if anything, hold it downward so the gravity does its magic. Just keep working it back and forth and you'll feel it. I already feel like it's already in there, but I might do one more round. But it feels good already. I don't hear any cracking, look. A little maybe still. No, that's the rest of this swivel, the swivel and the knees. That's all this other parts. We're just going by that. Okay, very little, but not like this one. This one's still hard. You see that? This one I can move a lot easier now. Way easier. I can do that with calm and ease. And this one's still like, see, I can't because I haven't put any on it. Okay, so definitely worked already. Now we're gonna try to do the other one. Okay, same thing with this one. I'm gonna put it through this side right here, right there through that crack, and try to wiggle it in there. I can see the joint on this one a little more, so that's cool. There's the opening is a little bigger, and I'm gonna put pretty much about the same amount right on that spot right there. Like I said, just kind of rub it into that. Like I said, if you can't reach the joint, it's okay. Just try to put it on the crack that's created by the joint in the socket or the seam. And then again, like I said, just work it back and forth. And there you go. It's already loosening up. There you go. It's already way looser than it was before. Just keep doing this like this, and it'll work itself in. Okay, I just worked it around a little more real quick, just to make sure it's nice and in there. I actually did not apply a second round to either one. And I can already feel the difference. I can already move this one freely as well. Like I said before, I was trying to move it with just one finger and it wouldn't, and now it's moving nicely, right? Look at that. So yeah, still a little bit tight, but it's getting there. This one might need a second application. Okay, so I did apply a second application to both sides, just to actually no, just this one. Sorry, just this one, just to be more comfortable. Really, I just wanted it that way. If I felt like this one needed a little more, but it's done. So just the way I showed you guys how to do it, the leg moves smoothly, and this leg moves smoothly as well too. Like it doesn't. You can still hear a little bit of the cracking is not coming from here. It's mostly from the swivel here, and then the rest of these parts like here and. But the leg spot, yeah, I can definitely move this a lot freely now. Look at that. I can move back. I could not do that before. That was not going to happen. So, all right, I'm going to try to speed this up so we can wrap it up real quick. I'm going to do Vegito's shoulder joint so you guys can see that one as well. He's always had the problem where his shoulder gets stuck. Like as you're trying to move it around, it'll get stuck in certain places. Obviously, you hear that. But if you're trying to wiggle it around, like right there, it just got stuck. Like I can't. There you go. So this one's a lot easier because you're gonna be able to go in through the joint right there. You see the ball peg right in the socket. That's where you're gonna put it on. Like I said, you just have to work the oil in, and it doesn't have to be like inside the socket or anything. Like you don't have to pop the shoulders out if it's really difficult or hard. I mean, if you can, that's as long as you don't break your finger, that's fine. But no. More often than not, it's so tight you can't do that. So, we're going to put the oil right here. Let me see if I can get camera on it right there. Right there. There you go. I got it in there. You see, I'm spreading it out with the needle. Let me see if I can get that on camera as well. Right there. You see where I'm scratching right there? That's the ball peg and the socket it's in right there. And that's it for that one. I think one application should be just fine. And there you go. Look at that. Just like magic. Wow. Look at that. The sound is gone. Look at that. I'm doing it just like this now. Wow. Look at that. That is insane, right? Look at that. So smooth. But also, you know, just in case you guys are wondering, does it make it too loose? No, it doesn't. It won't. It'll still stay up. I mean, he already always had the problem of doing that. Let me see. Yeah, for the most part. But the cracking, the tightness is definitely gone. And then just let it stay there. If there's any excess that you can actually reach, you can go ahead and clean it with a tissue or a wet paper towel or something like that, which is fine. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I mean, his shoulder feels great now. It doesn't click. It doesn't feel stuck. Like, I can keep working that back and forth. All right, so there you go. I worked it in a little bit more. I rotated the arm a little bit more. Just keep doing that throughout the day, you know, mess with the figure until it's nice and worked in there. And then after a day or so, I feel like the oil does it kind of feels like it dries up slightly, but it's still there. I don't know if that makes sense. Uh, and then it kind of sets in beautifully, and then it just really feels even better afterwards. You know, give it about a few days, and it'll be fine. But anyways, yeah, this is a lot smoother. Look at that. I can rotate it easily. You know what I mean? But it doesn't fall down. It still stays, in case, you know, you're wondering, right? If it makes it too loose. So it moves great. But like I said, this is something you should do if you have like really tight joints. And always use the smallest amount of oil possible so that you don't have too much in there. You can always add it as you go if it needs it. But if it doesn't, the small amount always helps, because sometimes, like this one, just needed a small amount. The leg on the Goku, I only put one application on this side, and I put two on this side. This one needed two. This one only needed one really small smudge. So there you go. Yeah, look at that. It's not stuck. It's not way better. So, all right, well, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, give me a like, subscribe, and I definitely hope this helps with future figures and answers the question of how to definitely deal with tight joints. Take care. I'll see you guys next time.